what's the most important thing? It's an important question to ask when we're facing decisions, when we're evaluating priorities for our life. If someone were to ask you, what's the most important thing to you, how would you answer? Today's reading is Galatians chapter 5, verses 1 through 15. And Paul makes it very clear that there is one thing that counts. One thing in our faith. Let me read this to you in chapter 5, verse 6. The only thing that counts is faith expressing itself through love. That's it. That's what counts because of the cross. Now, how does that sit with you? When I hear that, I have a list of but what about church attendance? But what about tithing? But what about small group? But what about reading my Bible every day? But what about keeping my house clean? What are those but what abouts for you? Paul makes it clear here, the main thing, in fact, the only thing that counts to God, counts out of our faith, is faith expressing itself through love. That what we believe should translate towards love. Love of God, love of others. Is that what your faith yields? Love of God, love of others? He says it's for freedom that Christ has set us free. So I'm going to give you a task today, a little homework. I want you to draw a T-chart. On the left-hand side, I want you to write free from. And on the right-hand side, I want you to write freed for. Freed from and freed for. What are you freed from because of Christ? For me, I think I am freed from the voice of the taskmaster inside of me. When I start to get ramped up about the things I don't have margin or ability to get done, I can say that's not what counts. I've been freed from that. That's not what drives me. It's not most important. And that's hard. That grits against some of my intuitive way of being. But I have been freed from that. Freed from legalism, from the checklist of faith. And freed for what? What am I freed up for? I'm freed up for all of that to love people better, to love God better, to love people better. Do the people in my life experience God's love through me? Or am I still in chains to all of these things and tasks and demands that keep me from loving my people well? What about you? What have you been freed from? Now, you have been freed for love. Paul makes that clear. Do you see the connection between the two columns? How the things that keep you enslaved on this side keep you from loving well? What have you been freed from? And what are you freed for? Because the main thing, in fact, the only thing that matters about our faith in Jesus on the cross is that faith then gets expressed in love. So head on out to love well today.